What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss why I believe Predator Hunting Grounds needs more maps. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, we've been covering Predator Hunting Grounds quite a bit on it, and for those that have been watching every day, I greatly appreciate your support. We're going to be continuing talking about this game both on this channel and on Podcast Now. Loads of Predator videos over the next coming days, and this is kind of the prelude to what I want to talk about big time on Podcast Now. But this is a really big issue. I think on Podcast Now, I believe tomorrow we're going to talk about just things in general the game needs to add, and maps are one of them. So I'm a big fan of this game. I love this game. We talked about, I believe, yesterday, right? Everything I do love about this game. This game is so much fun. I've been playing this game probably way too much over the last 3 days, or ever since Thursday night when it first unlocked on the PlayStation. So I've been playing it as much as I possibly can, and I do love it. But it is a situation where we've talked about it before, right? What it needs to do to have us continue to play this game for months down the line. Yes, of course, people are going to play it this weekend, this past weekend, even this upcoming weekend, right? Throughout this entire week, throughout May, they're probably safe, right? But in order to keep people here and also try and get new people, right, through events, through additional, just things, additional additions to this game, they need to do it because this game will eventually get stale. Just like, every single game eventually kind of runs its course, but multiplayer games are even more important that you keep supporting them. So for the game like this, okay, there's 3 maps. There's only 3 maps. That is flat out not enough. Now, I get it. You don't go through the whole map. So if we're going to be really nice to them, we could say that there's basically 6 because say you only use half of the map, but even some maps, you do actually go through most of it, maybe 75% of it, or sometimes if you're reinforcing, or if you have reinforcements coming, you're trying to bring back the fire team, you may actually stray off the beaten path and go, sometimes the reinforcements are like right there, sometimes they're just on the completely other side of the map. So some maps you do actually traverse almost the entire thing. Some maps, okay, I guess again, I'll give it to them, you don't. But again, this is a really big thing that I think that it's just not enough. Again, it's fine now, and you're going through it, and people are, picking their favorite map, right? There's only so many of them that you could pick from, but people have their favorites. There's really cool spots that you can play as. I will say that from a tactical point of view, it does pay off to continue to play the same maps or the same areas because as a fire team, you may know where the predator's going to be, right? You have a better kind of sense at some of the key spots that they may try to attack, and as the predator, same thing on the flip side. You know where the fire team's going to go. You know their habits because you've played as the fire team or you've hunted them enough as the predator that you know where they're going to be. So there is a tactical thing to it. I get that, and I understand that, and I like that. Ultimately, I really do like that because it's what we've talked about in the past. The game is going to kind of grow with us. Remember, I've always been saying that, and I still do believe that. The game is going to grow with our kind of play style, our us upping how good we are at this game. The game is going to exponentially as well get better, every single day, really. But I think that, again, to stop it from getting, a little boring, which eventually, again, it will. You're going to, you do the same objectives every single time. There are some cooler ones. I think there's some that are cooler than others. Ultimately, though, right, nobody really cares what the objective is, right? I've petitioned for a long time to kind of constantly be adding new objectives to this game. But again, if you add new objectives, you may need to add new maps. I just don't see how this game survives for a long time, right? For months and months and months. I don't see how it can survive for a very long time with just 3 maps. Now, am I saying that I don't think they're going to add any? No, I really don't. In fact, they've talked about additional, DLC, what they're going to be bringing to the game in terms of free updates and all that kind of stuff. I think a map needs to happen. Now, could it be like an alien map? Would that be cool? Yeah. Do I have some other ideas? I do, and I have a really cool idea that I'm going to pitch on Podcast Now tomorrow. So, I do have different ideas, and I'm sure, by the way, because I've thought of them, I'm sure somebody at Ilphonic has thought about it as well, right? It's not like it's only me. So I have a lot of confidence in them that they will add additional things. I just feel like, yeah, I know we all kind of knew that we were going into a game that wasn't going to have a lot of maps, but at the same time, all right, you can't continuously play the exact same thing over and over and over. And I get it. I'm like harping on it, but it is a big deal. It's honestly a big deal when you keep jumping into the same maps over and over. And again, while they have like a tactical purpose, and I do like that, and I think it helps both the fire team and Predator grow, it's fine for now. I'm very willing to play it for like 2, 3, 4 more weeks, just like every single day, and I'm probably gonna have a blast every single time, right? But eventually it's gonna grow old, and eventually it's gonna grow stale. And it's not just gonna be the maps. Obviously, a lot of other things would happen as well, and that's why, again, as a game, it needs to constantly be adding to itself. And it's nothing new, and it's nothing negative, right? I'm not saying it's a negative thing about it. It happens really with all games. Some games, show up with more maps than others. You look at like even Star Wars Battlefront, right? That first game, the 2015 version, had nothing in it. Had absolutely nothing in it. And from heroes and villains to actual maps in it to just content in general. And did they really add to it? I mean, they kind of did, but it really took till Battlefront 2 to fix that issue. So for Predator, obviously they don't have a Predator 2 lined up like next year, so they do need to add to it. Again, I'm not really worried, and it's not the most pressing issue right now, but it is something I've noticed. It's something I've seen other people notice, even that have like jumped in the game and said, "Wow, there's only like this many maps, and we're playing the same map again." Well, yeah, I mean it's the amount of maps that are in this game, right? So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think this game has a problem with that? Do you think it needs more maps to kind of keep fresh? I think that's something that this game definitely does need to add in order to keep itself around for a long time. What kind of maps would you like to see? Any variations maybe of maps you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a new video on this channel every single day. We'll have more Predator videos in the coming days, as well as news videos of anything breaking gaming wise as well. Okay, thank you again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.